Okay, let's wrap up the series. We just exported it and imported it into BandLab for the mastering. So that was bandlab.com/mastering. And the output we chose was tape, but I heard it. I heard it. I got to hear it at its absolute full potential. And I ain't like what I heard, y'all. I like what I did, but I ain't like what I heard. That means some things was off. So I did a little housekeeping. Check it out. I'm gonna tell you what I did. So first of all, I went ahead and moved the AutoTune all the way up to the front of the vocal chain, because that's how you should do it. That's how it's properly done. Do your pitch correction in your AutoTune first, right? But when you get the workflow down, you'll get this is the professional workflow. Okay, got it in the professional workflow. You see what I'm saying? So we did our AutoTune pitch correction, noise, gate, De-Esser. We did some subtractive things, and then we did subtractive EQ with that first channel EQ, and then we did some compression. And then I did an exciter. I told you about the exciter earlier. So let me show you the settings real quick. So what I did was I always use this one right here. Add silver. And then when you add silver for the first time, it's gonna be like all the way up, I think. But you tweak it to your desire, tweak it to your desire, to your taste. You know what I mean? It's like sprinkling in salt or some pepper. So do it to taste. You don't want to do it. I mean, if you want to do it a lot, go ahead and do it a lot, because I think it brings out the vocals a lot more. And like I said, we're using GarageBand, so we must take care and time to do it professional, so we could get a professional mix from, a low barrier of entry DAW. It's free, it's beginner friendly. So really the goal is to show you the concepts, the tips and tricks, the process of mixing properly and professionally. So in doing so, at some point when you're using GarageBand, if you do not have your levels, your input levels on your interface set up right, and your noise gate set up right, and you don't have your treatment right. What I mean treatment, your room ain't treated you ain't treated to record sound, to absorb sound with the padding and a call this a bass trap and all these things, right? Or a pop shield, kind of like what I got right now, which is just raw microphone, right? So if you ain't got that, you really need to take care to do this step right here. I'm gonna show it to you. I'm not gonna do it just yet. Well, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go ahead and do it since he recorded it so well and so structurally. It'll be easy to do. You see all these spaces? At some point, you need to take care to take those out, because they got a lot of they got a lot of what we call transients, left behind artifacts, things of that nature, huffs and hisses and puffs and inhales and exhales and plosives. Well, like that, like I promise you, when you do this step, it's gonna make it way better. A lot of people don't want to do this because it's very time consuming. When you get to the professional DAWs, they got one button you can click. But I want to let you know that this is important, because it's going to free up some space up in that sound, so you can hear the echoes, the reverbs that we did intentionally. You can hear those more clearly when you get rid of these hisses and puffs and inhales and all this stuff I just told you about in this section. So you see what I'm doing right here? I'm just basically just going through, but make sure you to do it faster, you probably want to cut. Okay, you want to go ahead and it'd be more like this. You probably cut everything first, right? You see how we selected everything? Make sure you select enough of them. You want to go too far on it, something like that. You know what I mean? Like, this is what I need you to take care to do this part at some point, because we using GarageBand. It ain't the best tool now. I ain't gonna lie. Hey, it ain't the best tool, but it ain't what you got. If you don't know how to use it, you was gonna. If you didn't know what you was doing to begin with, you was gonna mess up. It don't matter if you had Pro Tools or not. So you see what I'm saying? Look at that. We gotta cut those out. Cut those out like that. You know. We got them. To select multiple pieces, we just hold Shift and then click them, and then we slide them over. That's it. We gotta definitely do that. This is a major step, but I'm gonna do this probably off camera, right? But I just want to show you and tell you, you have to do this on GarageBand. There's no way to take those silences out without compromising the sound of everything that's left, because I find it more professional, more clean, and also you see I can make it's easy to make that mistake right there. But also show you a way better way. We ain't better sit up here and do it like that. We see how we cut everything all nice and crisp and even. We gonna select all of them and just drag one of them at a time. One and get it done for the whole time. And then you may have some longer ones. But yeah, man, you know how, I need you to take care to do this part because we're using GarageBand, remember? I ain't finna act like it's the best. It's not, but it has its advantages, which is already being processed for Apple devices. So, and everybody has an Apple phone, like everybody in the world, almost. Not me. I'm a real tech guy. I know what they doing. That's a marketing play all day, and I do not want to be marketed to all day. That ain't what I'm trying to do. But yeah, make sure you take care to do that process right there for all your signals and all your waves, and it should come out looking something like this right here. You see how it's all chopped up like that? Yeah, but if you do it the first time on the first chorus, you don't have to do it over here, because once you copy and paste it from on this side to this side, it already be done. So. But then you do it for the verse as well. Take your time, okay? Please do that. And if you need to zoom in, press E. It'll bring up the waveforms as such. And now you can cut it. You can do a little more. You can do a lot more, a lot quicker. So you zoom in and you can cut by going to the space and double clicking, and then cut it for you, and you can just drag it. That's a little tip and trick in GarageBand for you. All right. I ain't gonna have you hanging out there for the wolves to tear you apart. This is a time consuming process, this part right here, if you didn't do it like I just did it right here. So make sure those people are recording the song how you need it to be recorded, so it can be easier for you to edit and mix it and give it back to them on time. So you must stay in control of that session when you record, all right? So if you do that, it'll make it sound a lot better. But back to what I did to improve the rough mix. If you don't know what that means, that's a rough draft of the first mix of the song. That's what we did. That's actually not the first rough draft. The first rough draft would be what we exported from Studio One at the beginning of the series, right? At the beginning of the video series. So that'll be a draft, and this is another draft. So this is probably, we're gonna say number 2. We exported that rough mix 2 into BandLab. Did the mastering. I didn't like what I heard. I did, but I thought it had too much AutoTune. I thought some things were misplaced, so I panned this one hard right, and then I panned this one hard left. And I brought this one in a little bit, and I did nothing with this one. So, yeah, that's what I did. And I also, like I was telling you about the vocal chain, I went ahead and did the professional workflow, the processing flow of the work chain, which is pitch correction, AutoTune. You got the noise gate, De-Esser. And that's called subtractive. You're doing some subtractive dynamics. Now we're doing subtractive EQ with the first EQ. I'm right here, okay? And then we got our compressor. and then we're gonna do some. We use an exciter and a limiter, a multipressor, pedalboard, and then we go into adding our effects. Okay, so do it that way to get a professional mix in GarageBand. And remember, when we got to our pedalboard, this is where we added our second compressor and our second EQ. And we just use the stock plugins first so we could maximize our processing speed and make it easier for the song to be processed by the DAW, right? You don't want to use a plugin that crash out the DAW, because it's going to do something on that export. I'm trying to let you know. You don't know what it's going to do. I don't know how it's going to do it either, but it's going to do something. If it crashed, it's going to make it a little difficult. So if a plugin keep making your DAW crash, don't use it. Yeah, don't use it, okay? So that's why we did it like this. So you can finish a rough mix, a complete rough mix, making it sound exactly how you want it on a basic level. And then we go in and do more advanced things like we're going to, add outside plugins to replace what we had already there. Or you could go ahead and just use those nice free VST plugins that you're going to research, download, and install for your DAW. You're going to do all that on your own because you are self-starter. You understand? You are someone who knows you can do anything you put your mind to. So I appreciate you for making it this far in the video. And ain't no quit in our heart, ain't no fear in our blood. All right. So check it out. Now we got this mix sounding really lush. Let me let y'all hear the improvements. So this is what we rocking with. And I did some gain stage, and I did a little more gain stage, and I thought I turned down these doubles. I thought I turned them down. I did turn them down, but I turned them down for the verse. Probably need to turn them down a little bit for, maybe not this one. I like this one. This one needs to come out. He was harmonizing on it a little bit, I think. So yeah, something like that, So let's start it from the top.
RP all the real ones out this bit, man. Yeah, I miss y'all nigga for real, bro. Yeah.
See, I think it still got too much AutoTune off the rip. That's just me, man. I hate AutoTune to begin with, but everybody like to use it, man. And maybe it's I do something different with it. I think it's it got too much. It got too much something in it. I don't know.
Yeah. RP all the real ones out this bit, man. Yeah, I miss y'all nigga for real, bro. Yeah. Too dead little Kane shit, nigga. Nah, for real. Graffiti. Going crazy. Yeah. Two different Luke Kane. I'm in my own lane. They think I'm insane. I roll up my pain. I'm a part of the game. If you get what I'm saying, then I'm still standing up. But I'm still standing up. Two different Luke Kane. I'm in my own lane. They think I'm insane. I roll up my pain. But I'm still standing up. But I'm only in it for the profit. This a Birkin bag, fuck a wallet. Got a chicken head for the noggin. Different drip in the crowd, you can spot me. On the road, ain't no way you can stop it. I was down on my dick, so I pop shit. I don't work, I just like the deposits. No more winning shopping, I can cop it. Pick it ring, and I still don't like wearing the bling. I like showing my ass when I sing. My did it, I catch in my dream. And I didn't switch up on the team. Yeah, I say solid, no motion, no money, check my status, Two different Luke Kane. I'm in my own lane. They think I'm insane. I roll up my pain. I'm a part of the game. If you get what I'm saying, then I'm still standing up. But I'm still standing up. Two different Luke Kane. I'm in my own lane. They think I'm insane. I roll up my pain. But I'm still standing up. Yeah, I'm still standing here. Yeah, I'm still standing here.
Word, I probably need to do a little more automation. That'll probably be another video series of how to do some automation. It's pretty much the same on every DAW, but they got different tools, so you know. I do it on something, but I don't do too much automation because the mix should already be pretty fucking decent, if you ask me. Now I need to clean up these little spaces in between sayings and lines and verses and words and things. The thing I just showed you earlier, I really put in some time on this little series, so I appreciate y'all for locking in with me, man. It's been hot up in here. Look, it took me, I'm going to be honest with you. It took me 3 days to do this. I got the same shirt on, but look, I had to, take the shirt out, take a shower, put the shirt back on. Yeah, look, I wanted to do this series so I can move on from GarageBand, but also capture my prowess, my expertise, teach you niggas something. Teach you little niggas something. You feel me? Show. You can be a grown man. Show you can be a grown woman. Now, check it out, man. The DLC, we appreciate you for acquiring services today.
I roll up my pain, I roll up his eye. I'm a part of the game. If you get what I'm saying, then I'm still standing up.
I like it a lot. I think what I'm gonna do is I definitely am gonna do a little automation. Take that. I don't too much like the AutoTune on this part right here, on the intro. So I'll probably do something like that. But then I clean up all these little spaces for my homie, and then I do another mix and master before I end the series, so we could go ahead and hit a final product. And then I want to do a comparison video of the GarageBand mix versus the Studio One mix. So that's also gonna be something I do as well. So check it out, man. I appreciate you. We got another one coming. We're gonna wrap this thing up for real ski. Yes, sir, ski.